As we turn now to the world-famous British musician Roger Waters, who's best known as a founding member, bassist, singer, songwriter for the iconic rock band called Pink Floyd. The band's perhaps best known for their record, The Wall. Well, Roger Waters is also a supporter of the Gaza Freedom March and an outspoken critic of Israel's separation wall with the West Bank and the underground wall Egypt's building with Gaza that Ali Abunimah was just talking about. Democracy Now!'s Miguel Noguera spoke with Roger Waters this weekend and asked him about Gaza.
We implore the Egyptian government to allow this peaceful, non-violent protest at the siege of this country to proceed. I have a feeling they will. This again points to the power or the potential power of this demonstration. I think the Egyptian government may find that if they deny this due process of the rights of human beings to peacefully protest when they see a crime being committed, then they will find themselves on very dangerous shifting sands and put into a very difficult position themselves. So this again speaks to the fact that the organising committee of the Freedom March on Gaza have already achieved, even before they start, they've achieved to some extent their aim, because this is becoming big news around the world, and it will become bigger and bigger news. And if, as we all hope, they actually make it across the border and they meet with Palestinians, and I think it's hard to imagine what an amazing surge of hope that could engender in the hearts of the Palestinian people who actually meet with them and get to talk to people from the outside and so on and so forth. And for them to understand that we have not forgotten them. We saw a year ago when the Israelis invaded and razed Gaza practically to the ground. Although I know what happened there as well as is possible because I pay attention, most of the media in the US and in the UK really played it down. Otherwise, if they hadn't played it down, it seems impossible that the uprising of shock and horror at what was done to the Palestinians in Gaza a year ago would have entirely demanded that the US government and the UK government take action and impose some kind of sanctions on the Israelis or something, or at least say something, deplore the action, or do something. What actually happened, of course, is that when the Goldstone report came out, they sort of went, oh, well, maybe this guy's a bit strange and we don't, you know. There is a huge and unfathomable tendency to want this problem to go away, and to, this is too difficult for us to deal with, and it would mean us actually confronting our Israeli allies. I should be very interested to hear what the President of the United States has to say about this non-violent, democratic demonstration of ordinary people from 42 countries all over the world marching into a very uncomfortable place because they feel solidarity with their brothers and sisters, other human beings who are living in conditions that none of us would stand for a single second in any of our countries. So I hope Barack Obama will respond to this, and I hope he makes a statement about it. And I hope he will come out and support this march, and I hope he will come out and say, listen, this siege of this country is illegal, and we must support the law. We must support the rights that human beings have under the law.
Roger Waters of Pink Floyd. And we end this segment on Gaza with a reminder of the glaring lack of access to emergency care for the thousands of people who were seeking urgent medical help during Israel's 3-week military operation a year ago. Earlier this year, Democracy Now!'s Anjali Kamat caught up with the spokesperson for the International Committee of the Red Cross in the bombed-out Tel al-Hawa neighborhood of Gaza City. Iyad Nasser described the ICRC's operations in Gaza during Israel's three-week military assault.
ICRC was not allowed to reach to the victims. No place in Gaza was safe. Ambulances, ICRC, we could not move without a green light from the Israeli authorities. And even when we were given the green light, we were told, you have to be careful. Things might happen, explosions can happen. What does it mean? What guarantee I'm getting from a military operation, from operators of military activities without proper guarantees? And most often also, people were asking for evacuation at the same time in large numbers. Hundreds of people were having the same scenario. It's not an incursion into Beit Hanun or Jabalia or Shauka in Gaza. It's an incursion, it's a military operation all over Gaza. How can any humanitarian organization respond to such large-scale operation while being limited, while being denied access? Most of the time, these people wanted to leave. Like in this neighborhood, if you go around, you will see that all the houses, there is no one single exception, sustained injuries, sustained smoke, heavy smoke, or explosions, or fire into their buildings. We could not bring fire brigades. We were not allowed to bring the fire brigades. We were not allowed to move with ambulances of the PRCs to rescue people. And families, they were calling, evacuate us to a safer place. But where to take them? Even if ICRC managed to reach to these people calling, to take them where? To which place? There was no place called safe in Gaza to move these people to.
Iyad Nasser of the International Committee of the Red Cross describing what was happening during the three-week military assault by Israel in Gaza a year ago. Special thanks to Anjali Kamat and Jackie Suin of Big Noise Films. This is Democracy Now!, democracynow.org, The War and Peace Report. When we come back, the Reverend